Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I'm your host, your YouTube messiah and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and we are going to a Raw this week was in Des Moine, Iowa. Unfortunately, no Slipknot jokes or references were made. Graves, I'm blaming you on that one. But before I do that, something that does need to be addressed. As you should all know, I am very fond and proud to say I am from Philadelphia, and while given this past week, I feel it is now appropriate to say, my name is Tim Vicious, and my clients, the Philadelphia Eagles, have conquered not just the Patriots, not just Tom Brady, but the NFL. God damn, does that feel good to say. Whew. Oh. You know, I ain't gonna lie right there. You know, I've been dying to say that since I can remember, just so that way I could stick it to everyone that said, oh, the Eagles never won, the Eagles never won. You know what? Fuck yous, motherfucker. In fact, fuck you again, and, well, if I had a third arm, fuck you for a third time. But either way, now that I'm done gloating, nah, to be honest, I'm not done gloating, but for the sake of time frame and the fact that, you know, Wade and Ed back there are, you know, about ready to shoot a panda to get me moving, we're gonna move forward with the card for tonight. Monday Night Raw was in Des Moines, Iowa. Started off right off bat. No opening promos, no segments, no nothing. Straight up, first match of the night. Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns. Elimination Chamber qualifying match. They both had a few minutes to do the up-close promos right before they came out. Which case, I ain't gonna lie, the way the format for Monday Night Raw has been changed recently, I kind of dig it. It feels more so like they put like a comic book pop-up kind of bubble art, so to say, and like the show actually feels more so like they're trying to treat it like a pay-per-view instead of a televised show. You know, but either way. Show starts out, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns. Nice start to it, you know, nice feeling out process to start out with, you know, and not gonna lie, my first thought went right back to their old feud they had before, and boom, right off bat, it got brought up. You know, Bray Wyatt wound up getting control right before the break. This was actually a decent match. I couldn't say I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I did enjoy it. Bray, he was pretty much dominating most of this match. You know, he got control right before break, wound up having it after. Bray was pretty much leading to most of this match. Roman started to get his second win, got a few shots. Probably one of the nicest spots I seen in this match, hands down, had to be when Roman was running around, doing a lap, getting ready to gear up to do that drive-by kick. He got up in the air and Bray just boom! Slammed him down on the apron right then and there. In which case, oh, fuck! That had to hurt. But yeah, that was early on the match. Like I said, as the match went on, Roman, he got a quick second wind, started throwing out a few shots. Match wound up coming to an end when Bray had his arm up like that. Roman caught it, threw it back. Next thing you know, decked him, bounced off the ropes, boom, hit him with the spear, 1, 2, 3. That was it. And then, afterwards, Matt Hardy came out in all of his woken brilliance and gave Bray a nice twist of fate, which case, honestly, I'm thinking of it now. Hear me out on this. They do a match between Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy at WrestleMania, and just think about this for a minute. The way that the presentation for both guys coming out alone. You could have Matt come out just like he did with like the frickin' House Hardy and all that shit from TNA. Have Jeff come out in full on Brother Nero, like looking like he's been drugged out for like 3 months straight. Senor Benjamin, Rebby Sky playing the piano, you know, his kids, Maxwell, Wolfgang, all that jazz, all of them coming on down with him. You know, you could do Bray Wyatt with the creepy aura that he's got with him coming down too. I'm just saying, honestly, I think that would be a good sell. You know, but either way. Next up, we got what was scheduled to be a one-on-one match of Finn Balor versus Scott Dawson, but Dawson, as he's walking down with his tag team partner, Dash Wilder, says, "We are tag team specialists, so instead of a one-on-one match, why don't we make this a tag team match? You can pick your good brothers, and we'll see what kind of a match we make this a tag match." And Finn just looks over to Gallows and Anderson like, "Yeah, who do you think? Who do you think, huh? And then we get Finn and Karl Anderson, in which case, man, you gotta imagine on how fun it is having your best friend being your tag partner right there, right then and there. All the shit that they did all up and down in Japan, you know, and then next thing you know, boom, getting to do this on WWE now, you know, they gotta be flying high with that. Either way, good back and forth at the start, you know, good and nice and interesting. Revival wound up getting control after the break. You know, Finn was for the most part the team punching bag, but the Revival, they did live up to their name, and you know, thank God Corey Graves said this right off bat, because as much as everyone says, you know, as much as people have said, well, they don't say it anymore, but as much as people said before how the Revival is a lot like the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, with all due respect to them, honestly, they remind me more so of the Brainbusters. And, you know, you could take that as a compliment or an insult, however you want to shoot it, but that's just me, you know. But yeah. You know, they wound up working the match. They were handling it good. They isolated Finn. They were working him good. Finn wound up getting a moment, got Anderson in for the hot tag, wound up clearing house, and then next thing you know, he got Finn in to set up the finish, hit Dawson with the shotgun drop kick into the corner, went up, coup de grace, 1, 2, 3, that is it, and the club wins. Next up, we got Cruiserweight action. Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali going against Tony Nese and Drew Gulak. Now, this was pretty much kind of like a throwaway match. I mean, it was nice pace and it was decent match, but there was no story. I mean, more so the story was the fact for the fans watching on TV, the commentating, it had Rockstar Spud, you know, now, and excuse me, Rockstar Spud now as the 205 general manager, and announcing that, you know, and I did mention on here last week on how Vince attempted to buy out this show and offered me the 205 position, but I told him no. So, I don't like to think of Rockstar Spud as his second thought. I'd like to think of Spud as the reason why Vicious Rants is still on. But either way, the main story was Spud hyping up and promoting 205, you know, as he should, you know, like, you know, saying, oh, 205 Live, we're going to have things that you didn't expect before. We're going to and he announced last week, they're going to reintroduce a new Cruiserweight tournament. Winner gets the Cruiserweight title, and the winner will be crowned at WrestleMania. They announced also Roderick Strong is finally going to be on 205, which case, you know, eventually Rowdy's going to wind up making his way onto Raw. So Rowdy versus the World on Monday nights. Definitely looking forward to seeing that shit. You know, but as far as what this match goes, like I said, decent pace and that was about it. Decent pace, nice flow, but no story, and it didn't hold my interest because of that. Match came to an end with Cedric Alexander hitting a lumbar check on Drew Gulak, and that was it. Next up, we got women's action. Asuka going against Bayley, and, well, probably the greatest reference, or not even reference, the greatest comparison to Asuka ever had to be Asuka being compared to I can never remember or pronounce her name right, the girl from The Ring. You see her, you see Asuka. You see the girl from The Ring, 7 days later you die, you see Asuka wearing that mask. Within 7 minutes to anywhere between 7 seconds to 70 minutes, you're more than likely going to die. Asuka going against Bayley. Now, I will give Bayley credit on this, and, you know, nice, slow, grounded kind of game to start out with. You know, it was a nice idea. Bayley started the lead up first, but Asuka, man, yeah. Was it really a surprise? I mean, she just, she tore through her. She tore through Bayley like you would not believe. Bayley, she got the win using a cross arm breaker, and according to the rumors, and you know on how I feel about with the dirt sheets and the rumors, take them with a grain of salt. You know, they want Asuka to use the armbar because that's what Ronda Rousey wound up winning, you know, a good bit of her fights, and they want to hype up the possibility of Ronda versus Asuka, which case, okay, if it happens, but if not, I'm not going to sweat it. Either way, Asuka killed Bayley. That wasn't much of a surprise. Next up, Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Miz versus Apollo Crews. First and foremost, the huge thing that needs to be addressed, where is Miz's one flunky, Curtis Axel? Because I did not see him. Saw Bo, but no Axel. And kind of felt a little off just seeing Miz with only one flunky. But either way, Miz was out there, cutting up, got the mic, proved he's worth his weight in gold on that mic, cutting a real nice promo saying on how he's going to win the Elimination Chamber, he's going to go to WrestleMania, he's going to beat Lesnar, and then he's going to be the first ever Intercontinental and Universal Champion. And honestly, you know, for like one quarter of a millisecond, I almost believed him. Then I remembered it's Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Either way, as far as this match went, match started right after the commercial break because Miz cut his promo, then Apollo came out, and as Apollo's walking down to the ring, they went to commercial. They came back with Apollo doing a standing vertical suplex on Miz, but yeah, it started to pick up right there. You know, a lot of near falls, a lot of quick pinfall counter right off the bat, you know, with that, you know, but all in all, Crews, he was pretty much for the most part leading this match. Really was kind of digging that, you know, kind of like seeing like, okay, yeah, kid, I know you're good, but I want to see on how you can handle working in here with somebody who's been with this company for a while. You know, just that's kind of on how I perceived it anyway, you know. And again, I'm just taking it from a fan perspective. But, you know, really liked seeing on how it went. Crews definitely showed he is worth he is worth it. He can get the gold if you could put him in a chance. You give him the chance to work. You know, give him the chance to work. Give him a chance to improve. He will go, and he could get gold. That being said, match wound up coming to an end with Miz getting the skull crushing finale on Apollo, and honestly, it was the most logical choice because, you know, you want to have guys that are like, okay, yeah, we're going to build them the main eventers, but at the same time, you also want to have people you want to have, excuse me, you want to have already made main eventers to help elevate those guys. So, that being said, next match up, it's tag title match. Sheamus and Cesaro going against Seth and wait a second, it ain't Jason Jordan. Because Jason Jordan was told he is not medically cleared for any match tonight because of something with his neck, and you know, again, according to the dirt sheets and the rumors and the reports and all that, Jordan hurt his neck, he's going to require surgery, and he may be out anywhere for up to a year. It's always sad that when you hear somebody, even if it's somebody you don't like, having to get surgery and take time off just because, you know, that's their bread and butter, you know? Yeah, they get a check, yeah, they get the royalties, but, you know, your main, you know, like, dude, no, your business is to do this. You know, that's what it is. Nothing else. But, yeah. So, Jordan was told he is not medically cleared to compete tonight. Seth said, "No, Kurt, don't throw this match out. Don't forfeit it. I'll find a replacement. I'll find someone to replace it. I'll get..." Roman, you up for this, brother? Yeah, let's go. So it's Seth and Roman going against Sheamus and Cesaro. Roman's getting paid for double duty tonight. Now, as far as this match went, you know, nice, you know, had a nice fast pace at the start, you know. Roman, surprisingly, was the team punching bag, which, you know, that makes more sense, you know. You know, it makes sense in a way because Roman had his match earlier in the night, so if you have him be the punching bag, that goes and plays off saying, oh, well, he's all tired and worn out from, you know, being put on the ass end of an ass kicking earlier from Bray and pulling off that surprise win, you know. But this, you know, like I said, it made sense. And not only that, it was also different. And I always stress, different's good. You know, experiment a little. Try and throw out some different shit whenever you can, you know. And you would normally never see Roman be the team punching bag. Normally it's Seth. But this was good, you know. Excuse me. Just coming over chest cold, hence the continuous coughs. That and lost my voice from the night before cheering for the Eagles. Fuck you if you don't like it. Anyways, you know, nice pace. You know, Roman was the punching bag. You know, obviously Seth got the hot tag, started clearing house. He was working good. Probably my biggest shock that I wound up realizing from this was Cesaro has braces on the bottom of his teeth, on his lower teeth. And I'm not saying that as a joke or a knock or an insult or anything. It was just like, oh, hey, wow, notice that. Cool. But, you know, notice that Jason Jordan wound up coming down to actually just help cheer Seth and Roman on like, hey, come on, guys, you got this. Come on, you can do this. You can get them. You know, I can't do it. I'm here to cheer you on for it, though. You know, kind of like that. And then, obviously, Sheamus and Cesaro, just as it looked like, you know, they were about to lose because Seth wound up knocking them both out, got Roman in, looked like they were going to go for a spiked powerbomb. Then, next thing you know, Sheamus was like, nah. Got Cesaro, they grabbed their belts, they're like, nah, you know what, screw this, we're out of here. Just as they're starting to walk, Jordan's like, whoa, You ain't going nowhere, motherfucker. Trying to be like a mall cop, basically. Like, sir, you're not allowed to run in this area. And Sheamus and Cesaro, they started getting in Jordan's shit. And then next thing you know, Cesaro put his hands up to go and try and take a swing at him. And Jordan's like, boom, boom! Decked him, then decked Sheamus. Ref called for the bell. So that was a DQ. And so, disqualification. Jordan got sent home to cool down, which is more than likely his reason to be off screen, so that way he can recover from the neck. And we here at the Vicious Studios and Vicious Rants do hope he comes back soon. Next up, we get the piss break of the night. It was Nia Jax going against a local girl. She pretty much killed her. And the reason this was because earlier in the night, Kurt announced the qualifying girls for who are in the Women's Elimination Chamber match. It's Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss. And, you know, and so she said, and then Kurt said, you would expect Nia in this, but I'm going to have Nia go against Asuka, and I'm not going to take Asuka's qualifying reign out, but if Nia wins, then Nia is added to her title match. You know, which case, okay, that's an interesting stipulation, but to those that are saying, oh, what's Nia done? She didn't do anything to qualify for it. Okay, tell me, what did Bray Wyatt do to qualify for an Elimination Chamber qualifying match? What did Roman Reigns do? What did Miz do? What did Apollo Crews do? Before you go questioning on why this one's getting fed shit, go and think about the other stories also, and then just think for a minute. Okay, wait, what is this character? Nia Jax. Nia Jax is a powerhouse. Asuka is also a powerhouse. So, you are going to have powerhouse versus powerhouse going against each other. That's the fucking reason. Either way, like I said, Nia squished this. Nia pretty much killed this girl. You know, she killed this girl faster than she destroyed that dude Grimes Toy Show for being a fucking dickhead. And then after that, she cut a promo saying on how she was gonna beat Asuka and, you know, and be the new Empress of Tomorrow, and just Nia, honey, I wouldn't recommend that, you know, especially considering Asuka's pretty much killed you each and every last attempt you've had at her. But yeah. Next up, we got another women's match. Sonya Deville going against Mickie James, which, this was a surprise. And, you know, nice back and forth, you know, liked seeing that. You know, wound up the back, you know, nice back and forth at the start, leading into Sonya winding up getting control over it, leading the match for a good bit, which then ended. It was a relatively short match. This just felt like it was something that needed to, like, just fill the time for a minute. But it was, excuse me. Match came to an end with Mickie getting a quick roll-up on Sonya. Afterwards, her, Mandy, and Paige proceeded to go and start stomping on her. And then Alexa Bliss came out, pulled Mickie James out, and Mickey's just like, huh? The hell? You're saving me? The hell's going on here? But yeah. Next, which now leads us to the main event of the night. Elias going against John Cena, going against Braun Strowman. The winner of this match is the last one to come out of their quote-unquote pod at the Elimination Chamber. And right off bat, Braun wound up killing everyone. Right off bat, destroying Cena and Elias, which then led to Cena and Elias eventually having to double team on him. And, you know, with Elias slamming the guitar over him, you know, Cena giving Braun an AA on the stairs. You know, it was decent like that. It was decent seeing that, in which case, I give shit on Elias, but it's more so on the character, not the wrestler, because the wrestler is good. I just don't like the character because, honestly, it reminds me of this one really smelly and annoying hipster that I always kept seeing that kept strumming the same 5 Nickelback songs over and over. And I just wanted to go and pull the strings out of his guitar and grind them across his forehead until he started bleeding. That may not be a bad idea for somebody to try in Combat Zone next time, FYI. Anyways. But yeah. Match ended with, of all the people, Elias winning, getting a roll-up on Cena, which, well, further leads to the eventual match that these two are going to have at WrestleMania. As much as, you know, fuckhole Meltzer likes to say that, oh, they're going to have John Cena and Undertaker at WrestleMania, and then it's going to main event at the Tokyo Dome, and shit like that. No. You just look at this. I mean, come on. You're leading up to the last pay-per-view of the freaking last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, which is like pretty much, you know, the start of the new year for wrestling. And it's obvious that they're leading into a match between them two at one point at Mania. You know, we were gonna get Joe and Cena, but instead we get this because Joe's injured his foot. But yeah, Cena wound up. After that, Braun proceeded to destroy Cena and Elias again. Which case, whew, man, as much as I would love to call for medical assistance for them guys, I'm not calling for anyone while Braun Strowman's in the vicinity because I'm allergic to death. You know? But, yeah. That is it for this week's show, folks. So, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, look at some of the other videos. Also, make sure y'all look down below for info on the Dad Show, Lifestyle Podcast, Storytelling Podcast, whatever kind of podcast you really want to see it as. New episodes will come out soon. It's a matter of when, not if. Also, make sure y'all look for me on Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also, do have the other account, Tim_Vicious. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. Make sure you let me know you found me from here, so that way I don't think you're some freaking creepy bastard trying to stalk me or whatever. Also, make sure y'all look for all these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Mulligan. Make sure y'all check out Axel's newest project, Wrestling Review. They talk about British and European wrestling. Kenny Killer, my two co-hosts for the Dad Show. I am Danny Sunday, and my executive producer for this show, Oliver Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are also down below. Also, make sure y'all hit Ollie up for one of these shirts. Show the man some love and support. Cranky Asshole, Aaron_Deborah, and Dazzy MWP. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.